Hi, my name's Danielle. For this project, I'm going to be discussing some vaccine information with maybe a group of high school students in a health sciences class. So this will be really brief. Just going to run through whatever information I present to them in a very abridged format. And in reality, what I would want to do is go through all of this information and then give out a pamphlet or something like that with resources and citations and information to help these students make informed decisions and really understand vaccines. I would say, hi, I'm Danielle. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for X amount of time. Let's talk about vaccines and why they're needed, why some people are afraid of them, and why it's important to get them. Kind of a scary statistic is that every year in the US, 50,000 people die of a preventable disease. That's really unacceptable. We need to make sure we are vaccinating those that can be vaccinated and protecting those who can't. On that note, natural immunity is something, we talk about a lot. It's great that our bodies can protect us from so many illnesses, but our bodies can only do so much, and when we do get a disease, we can have long-term effects from that, or just nasty side effects. Even if it's only for a short amount of time, we might end up with pneumonia requiring antibiotics. You might end up with a really expensive hospital stay. Or, for example, polio, which we're all vaccinated against now, or they were vaccinated against, and we're now kind of luckily not exposed to that anymore. They ended up with complete paralysis, ended up in those iron lungs. And now we have this modern miracle to prevent that. A lot of people are afraid of vaccines. And unfortunately there was some false allegations made about vaccines in a study that has now been retracted, talking about autism, for example. And that's not true. Vaccines don't cause autism. There's no proof of that. They haven't been able to find any kind of connection, causation, correlation, anything. There's also, people are afraid of the chemicals that are in vaccines, such as formaldehyde, the heavy metals, the various things that we would never consume by choice. But this has been studied so much. These chemicals that are in there, the formaldehyde, for example, is such a small amount that our body naturally produces more than that. The heavy metals, they're soluble. We excrete them. They're metabolized and eliminated. It's nothing that sticks around and makes you sick. It's nothing that's toxic. You're not going to have toxic metal levels in your body. Now, why do we get the vaccines? Other than we don't want to die. We don't want our peers to die, our family, our friends to die, or even be sick. Who wants to be sick, So we kind of talked about protecting those who can't be vaccinated. All of us, who can be, that's great. We have this protection. We're not going to get sick. But we're also not going to spread it. There are so many people, immunocompromised people, cancer patients, people who have allergies to ingredients in the vaccines that can't be vaccinated. So it's important that we protect them so that, they're not going to catch something that they don't have a choice about. We do have that choice. Now, risks, there's always risks with the vaccine. People have allergic reactions, like I mentioned, injuries, maybe an injection site reaction or an infection from an injection site that has to be treated with antibiotics. We talked about autism. Vaccines don't cause autism. It's not a thing. You're not going to catch the virus from the vaccine. They're either dead virus or it's attenuated and it can't actually make you sick. What you're gonna feel is an immune response, which is normal, and it means your body is working correctly. You might have some yucky symptoms for a little while, but that's gonna be a lot better than catching whatever disease we're trying to prevent. So That's the end of my presentation, and I'll provide some sources